Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines where we are in SnowFool. This city is amazing and it looks like it's actually starting to snow as well. It's been a while since we've seen snow. I feel like we have a few episodes of lots of snow and then we have a few episodes of no snow. And looks like today we're getting some. Last episode we started the kind of build on the other side of the river. We've got a few things planned out and we're going to continue the expansion so we can hopefully build up our metropolis on multiple sections of this map. And this is kind of what we've got going on so far. This is the main part of the city. This is what we redid last episode, ready for some future expansions. Now, I've kind of got rid of the road connecting. Even though the airport is technically not connected to the road, it still works because planes can land. It's got power and water, and they'll use the metro line to get to and from, but it does require services. But hopefully we'll get it all connected up today anyway. But this is what we pretty much got planned. We got a new way for the bridge to come over, and as it connects into this trumpet, we're going to have this highway that kind of tears down and eventually comes in. This one's going to come in as well. And we've got the train yard underneath because this side of the highway here is going to be pretty much majority industrial. And then the main city is going to be in here and over here as well. And that's what we're going to get all built up. Now today, what I want to do is, because we've already implemented the train warehouses here, we've got to get these connected to a train line. But I also want to get connected as well a cargo harbour. That way I can implement the train line on it. Everything will all connect, pretty much get connected to it. It should be pretty good to go. So we've got a lot of terraforming to do, and a lot of expansions to do in. And if you are enjoying this series, then make sure you smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new around here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. So we're going to get this all rocking and rolling right now. We have a couple of various lines right now. We've got each of these lines coming into the 4 warehouses, and we're going to use this one here. I had the idea of using this one to maybe tear through down this way. That will eventually connect into the cargo harbour. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about doing it. It might be a case where I need to raise this up a bit more and then this kind of bends in. But this here will become the main line that skedoodles through. Now, the only problem with this is, if I have the cargo harbour attached here and it goes this way, I technically can't get goods from the cargo harbour into the warehouse. And vice versa from the warehouse to the cargo harbour, because the train line's going to skedoodle this way. They're all going to connect in, and it's not going to be the perfect V, which is kind of going to be annoying. So we might have to figure something else out on how we can pretty much approach doing this. It's going to be very interesting. But we'll get onto that a little bit later anyway. So first things first, then, we've got to figure out where we want all these alignments to be. Now, if I go for the train line first to figure out how we initially going to connect this all up, and let's say I came out by the 10 there, so 10, and then this is a 10 here. This is what's going to be a little bit, not difficult to do, but a little bit funky to try and implement. I want to try and get a, oh my goodness, man, I forgot we were actually going all the way up here as well. So if I go, actually, if I just grab this, make life easier. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And if I stick to the 40, which is all the way over here, which that seems a little bit too far away, so I might just go for the 30. And I'll delete you and you. And then from this, we'll go like that. So that is a diagonal. Now, where's that running? That's going to run directly into there. So then I'm going to pump it back by a 10 and a 10. Actually, no, I'm actually going to go from here to then there. Right, this might seem a little bit funky to begin with, but trust me, this will all play out in the end. So in reality, we want to then try and implement some type of a bend, because we're looking at, if I do it to there, and if I get the bend going here, a 10, and where's the alignment? The alignment's there. It's actually quite difficult. Oh, it's a 13, sorry, not a 10. It's a 13. So, is this a 13 here? Can I? Oh, no. Oh, there he is. Boom. I'm trying to do, I mean, I could just use the connection tool to make this super easy. But I'm going to do it like this anyway. And then we'll get the rest of it rocking and rolling. So that's going to bend like that. I will claim some land, don't worry. But I got to then try and swizzle is the best way to pull it. All of this into one. So I want to run this train line beautifully, because this is going to tear through this way, and then we're going to cause some type of a connection. So if I'm running that to there, this is obviously going to run down to here. We're going to have multiple kind of lines. I want it to feel really industrial. That's the kind of vibe I'm going for. Now, it is crazy because we're funneling everything out this way, which has then got a link to this train line. But I need to merge a couple of these lines anyway, so I'm not having too many lines at once, because the mergers do get a little bit awkward. And bearing in mind, I got to then somehow bring it round back in to go this way. I might even pretty much create something to go that way, but I don't know. It's all, you know, here, there, everywhere kind of a system at the moment. So connecting from this, I don't know whether to connect to this or kind of utilize this as the connection. Then we delete these two to there. Now, where does this bend in for the bend there? 15. A 15 by a 15. There we go. So if that went directly into here, I'm just wondering if I can then maybe delete back, and try and get something. So if I go with a 5 and then connect in to merge into this. Now, the connection tool is obviously going to be our best friend here. It really is. And I don't want to go too crazy on these wiggly little bends. But if I went something like this, that seems a little bit reasonable. But I'm not liking the straightish connection. Wait, is this elevated? Excuse me. Can you not be elevated, please? Thanking you very much. And I reckon I'm going to come down to like that. But obviously, I'll use my move it tool to first grab... Oh, no. Grab the node out to bend it. Oh, there we go. So a little bit better. It could actually mean then I can change this swoop. That could work out a lot better as well. Now, thinking about it, I then probably don't need as much coming in. So I probably won't need this line. I'll delete this one back. And then where's the little connection there? Where does this one kind of connect to then? So that's a 17. I reckon we're going to come a little bit closer than that. So I'll come down by 5. And that connection will be... It looks like it's going to be a 12. 12 by 12, which is all good. And then we'll pretty much do the same with this. We'll kind of come down here by 5. And I'll delete this back here. So it'd be nice to try and get it away from how close it is to the highway. And then utilize the connection tool with this one as well. Oh, damn. There we go. And not too crazy. But I'm liking how it's all now going to flow in. Don't worry about the elevation change. I'm going to get them all to be on the same level momentarily anyway. And then if we now just get you connected to there, do you reckon that's probably a good one? It's like an inverted bend to how we did the other one, which should technically work out still. The lines are there, we're all good. Yeah. So, looks quite crazy, to be honest with you. It does look quite crazy. I'm going to change this to kind of cut in a little bit more cleaner as well. So, deleting you back. And you could almost, I won't say parallel it, but you almost could parallel it. Alright, run that to there. And I'll use the connection tool then to do its worst. Alright, bringing you down. Ooh, actually, do you know what? Maybe it's maybe it doesn't look too good. Maybe it doesn't look too good. So, get rid of you. And bring this puppy right down. If I move this further back and then delete this. Is that a little bit too close, do you reckon? It might be a little bit too close. Right, delete you back. Delete it back to here. And we'll come out a little bit further. So I've come out a little bit further on this one. So an 8 by 8. So if I go to here, and then where does this snap in? A 9 by 9 and in. Right, a little bit better. But now it makes me want to change how this bend now looks. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be happy. I honestly don't feel like I'm going to be happy with all of this. But I suppose this is why we're doing it, right? That's going to snap like that. I think we should slightly adjust this angle. So that slight adjustment will make a huge difference in bringing this all the way down. If I do a 3, can I delete you to there? 8 by 8 straight in. Okay, okay. And now I'm thinking the connection here can go a little bit further back. Telling you boys, I ain't going to be happy with this until it's perfect. Right, there we go. That all leads now in. This one I'm going to keep like that just because of how it naturally is going to be way too close to all of this. Now, obviously, we have these runs of the train line, which we're going to then slightly stagger. I don't know why I'm deleting that one. I need that one to stay in. So what we'll then do is we have to kind of slightly go underneath. Actually, I can't even see where it is. There it is. So we'll connect you in just there. And then that one will connect just there. So they all merge into the one singular line. Now this could cause chaos with how it all leads in. But I'm liking the look right now of all of this. I really am liking the look of it. Now we'll do a couple of extra lines. Like this. Because this allows us then to create the visuals of a train yard. You know what I mean? Our visuals of the train yard are pretty strong at this point. I might be doing too many here. Yeah, doing slightly too many visuals. Alright, delete you to there. At least try and get them all to the same level. Delete you back. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I now just realised what I'm missing here with doing this train yard. So, bring you down to here. I'm forgetting to kind of merge them in. Like this. So, slightly merge them in like that. And then that can kind of extend to there. Whereas this can cut in just here. Just here. And even though it goes nowhere, I can have this cut into there. So you kind of get a couple of little visuals of a train yard. Although nothing really happens. So I now need to unhook a lot of this stuff. So unhook you, and you. Delete you, and you. And then it means I've got then straight runs directly in to each of these warehouses. Perfection. Now, yes, it does look quite crazy. It does look very, very crazy. But at the same time, it's going to look absolutely glorious. Look at it. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. Right, okay, so that leads up to there. I'm just going to get these all to the same level right now. So let me just quickly deselect the roads. So I've got all of the train line here. Then selected. And then change the object height. And we'll have it to the object height of... Let's say this node here. There we go. There we go. So they're now pretty much all the same. And we'll smooth the land out where we kind of need it to be done. So that one now runs and it creates this really, really kind of a, you know, feel of a vibe of a train yard. So we've got the line that comes down this way. Perfect. And we've got the trains now leading out this way. And obviously that line here is going to lead us in to where we're going to have our little harbour. Now, this is the other thing as well. If I didn't do that, the other alternative is to bring this up. This is going to come up and then obviously connect into here somehow. But if I had a secondary option down here, then it would probably cause a little bit too much chaos on all of this. I've got to treat it as a completely separate area altogether. So, right, let's build our harbour. I got to get the road layout correct, and then we'll terraform the land around it. So, bringing this down to 0 first. And we're going to utilise this side here, which is going to be perfectly glorious for us. And we'll go off this. And if I run this road just down here, just to use it as a marker to have the harbour pretty much straight. So harbour, and we'll place it right at the end just here. Boom. There we go. So I'm actually going to now delete all the road. Oh, no, I don't want to delete you. Don't want to delete you. Unhook the road. Alright, delete. No, am I not unhooking the road? Lock this segment. That took a while, didn't it? Right, let's run this back down to there so we got a road connection. And then I'm going to bring the train line going out this way and then back up. So it will go around the loop that we create. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about the direction of this loop, because I'm going to change how the roads kind of align eventually anyway. Because I've got to also try and set up how the vehicles flow in here as well, and also how they then flow out. So if I can get this just right, let me view, let's say, a train line here. So if I view it from this direction, they drive... Okay, maybe they don't drive in. Where do these vehicles drive into this building? So drive in there. I suppose we don't know how they drive out, do we? I haven't really been paying much attention to how or where they drive in and out. Okay, right, I've got it. So, just looking at how the vehicles were you know, reacting to all of that. We're gonna have it where it's... Oh, no. Going that way, if that makes sense. We'll have all of these going that way, and then obviously this leads in this way. Now that's important for many reasons. Because one, it means we have then a turn off that then goes down into here. But then this will then flow out to connect up to the connection there. Now I want this all connected via a system that leads to the highway that we're also going to incorporate for the airport road. And that's all that road will be there for. It's just a way to kind of keep the traffic separated from the normal traffic, which again is quite a difficult thing to try and implement. Now, we're going to get the train line first for the harbour up and running. Now, it's technically 8 away. It's not to say that I'm going to do an 8 away here. But, you know, it does give me options and space that my meeting points... So that's a 10. 1, 2. That's an 8, right? Yeah. So what does this then become? A 13. Unlucky for some, boys. By 13. 13. By 13. And connect you in. And connect you in. Now, obviously, all this will be key walled off eventually. It's just about getting all this planning into a position. Very good. So this road will be elevated a little bit higher. So, and we've also then got to lead all this out into the same direction as well. So ideally we want to try and maybe pick one of these lanes to be the main lane. And pretty much go from there. So if I deleted all these back. And we use that one. For example. We are then going to, so this here, if I bring it out by a 2, and a 2. So yeah, we want to lead it all the way down to there. But we've got to try and link them all together. Now, I think we should then... Will it be a big roundabout here? Will it be an elevated roundabout? These are the things that we've got to then try and consider on how we connect to this. Roundabout here, that filters all in. That's going to be elevated, that gets to there. That's going to be below, underneath, which will connect to here as the bypass. So this will be quite a long bypassing route out for an exit point. Unless I treat this as the exit point where all these roads then pretty much connect in to. So if that's the case then, so I might just bring it back out to where it originally was here. And then we go for a 5x5 and then get these to all then link to a main run that's going out. But I don't know where that main run going out is going to link to. Like how this works here, is pretty much the same on this side. Yes. Okay. So let's plan out then how this connection here is going to be. So all this, while it does seem it's quite long-winded, it's taken a while for me to kind of figure out what's going on. It's quite important because this is going to set the tone for the rest of this city. So if I bring this to there, which is a 54, right, I don't mind about that too much, but 54, if I go then 44, I know we're looking at a 10 by 10 bend, okay? So not too worried about that too much just yet. So that's a straight, that's in the 11, okay. Right, bring that there real quick. Right, why did I build it there? I don't know. There we go, delete, delete. So that there becomes a 10. Sweet, 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 sweet. Now, obviously, we want to build a bit of a roundabout within this. So I've just got to figure out where the connection's going to take place here going back. So if I use a highway road and a 2-lane road, and we then go by a middle point, which would be... It would be there, wouldn't it? So if I just get this to crisscross just here for a minute, and then you to go there, that's our middle point there for a roundabout. Okay? Damn, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Now, thinking about it, it doesn't really have to be a roundabout. But we would want access to the connections down here as well, wouldn't we? I'm thinking of just flyovers. Keeping it all separate. Damn, that feels good. It feels quite interesting that we could do it like that. Okay, okay. So if I was going to do flyovers then this wouldn't really matter. Because the way that goes in. Right, I'm just talking to myself. Let's get this roundabout in place first. So I will have a roundabout because obviously there's going to be stuff underneath. 2-lane highway by a 60, which would be good enough for us. Throw you in. Now, delete you. I'll delete you for just a minute. Delete you all the way back. We'll come back to you. But that's a 10 stick. That's an 8 actually. Okay. We'll go 8. No, we'll go 10 sticking outs. These are our little spikes. 10. 10. Shabam. Okay. Very good, sir. Very good. So we're then going to get our highway. We're going to elevate it. And then we are going to bring this up. Actually, we'll just utilize the height of what the highway currently is. It's by a 10. Is 11? Okay, that's interesting. So we'll bring this directly over and match it just there. And then do the same this side. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So we can have little on and off ramps, which will work out fairly well for us down here. But obviously the main pièce de résistance is getting a connection to over here. Now, thinking about it, we might do this connection in 2 ways, okay? We might do this connection in 2 ways right now. And that's having I could have a roundabout over here as well for the down, or have a road here for the down section and an elevated section for the up section. It made no sense, did it? It made no sense. But just roll with it for a second. We'll turn this into a highway style road. And what we'll also do as well is we'll pick this. Go back to the road segments. So pick all of you to there. To be the same object height as, for example, you. Okay, okay, okay. So from that point of view, what am I now on that's stopping from building? There we go. We'll then do... Where's the road here for this? Okay, so from this area here, I want to bring that further down there. So you got this highway, which is going to somehow form a passover route into this. I'm not too sure how it's going to happen right now, but it's going to happen, okay? It's going to happen. We will have to merge these as well from 2s to 1s with the lane math. So just bear with me a second. So where this now comes out, we'll then go to our singular highway ramp. And we'll go very close to here. Where that matches there, which becomes a 10. So you're looking at your like a normal 10 by 10 bend. Where obviously this will then obviously connecting down to here. But we'll use Let me upgrade this real quick. The alignment tool to slope it down. It'll be all perfect and great and jazzy. And where does this bend here? So that then would essentially bend at a 10. So you're looking then at a 13. So back to here by a 13. Are we not on the ground with this? 13. And then a 10 by 10. But obviously this needs to be low down a bit more. So select you. Actually, no. Easiest way to do it. Well, not the easiest way, but we can just align it to, for example, I'm assuming all these nodes are the same. To there. And then with our alignment tool, go from here to here. Which bumps it all down to the same, but then again, look at the drop off here. You kind of forget that you're raising up ever so slightly. So now we go back into it. It becomes a slight gradient up, which would work out fairly well. So we'll have a connection coming off this, which our connection here for that could ultimately just take place at a 10 marker. This then becomes maybe a single liner. To that point, we flip this one round. So we then have our lane math now in full effect. So go down to there, round, back out. Where, like I said, this will raise up. But we got to figure out where the bend is for the connection leading out. It's all quite over-engineered, isn't it, in reality? It's all quite over-engineered. And I like the idea of it being so ridiculously over-engineered. I kind of like the idea of it. I really do. So, back to this anyway. We've got to get the connection formed. So this is coming down to here, which, say, at this point, let me build there. So if I had a connection just here, and then that becomes a 5. A 5 by 5 would actually work. So there, but obviously I got to merge these together. So the merge could then just happen like this, to where we then continue like that. And we just do a little bit of a bend, and now we're into 2 lanes. But all this little segment here needs to be lifted up and elevated. But let me just get all this into play first. So is it a raw road that we've been using? It's a 2-lane style road, which we, to be honest with you, we kind of need to get away from the 2-lane roads, don't we? So we do one way raw roads, but even they're a bit too skinny. I could do normal roads, and then that's just how it is. Because there's only really one way they can go. I'll mess around with this in just a moment. Actually, to be honest with you, the only bit that needs to be like a normal style road is the bit where they enter the warehouse. Because you can't enter it from a normal highway road. So what I could do on each one of these is maybe... Because it's quite a harsh 90-degree bend, isn't it? I could delete all these back. And let's try on this one. So we know that's... We'll do a 3. A 3 and a 4. So a 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4. And then just kind of bend these a little bit. So it's not so much... Even though it's still going into a single lane, they're going to have to wait for traffic to pass by. But it's not so much a 90-degree bend that they're hemorrhaging themselves into. You know what I mean? So that all now leads out. This will have to go as an underpass to kind of connect to there, which is perfectly fine. Unless I did some type of a V where this can also go straight up. But that's a headache for another time when I figure out the train layout. So I've just now got to elevate all of this. So the 2-lane train line. Bringing you to there. I've got to elevate you now. So let's quickly upgrade all of this. So upgrade... Oh, wrong one. So I need it to where this point, or these 2 points here, are the same object height as you. Very good, very good, very good. And then we'll use our alignment tool to go from there to there to there. Elevate up. From there to there to there. Elevate up. And we'll do some terraining as well to get it all sorted out. And I'm going to assume there to there. Elevating. And then from here to here. Sort out that alignment. There to here. Very good, very good. Smooth, baby, smooth. This all now works. So now we're going to get this connected to that little bit of the highway there. So this is where the funsies now begin. So this is the thing. I could actually just scrap the idea of connected to the highway and actually just connect it to the roundabout. Reason for that would be, if I did slip-on ramps for the highway, then they can get to both levels, and it just makes life a little bit easier for us. But the only problem is now, though, I have now chosen to elevate all of this. And the connection for this is there. I mean, it's not an issue. It would just need some kind of converting to get over there. I can't undo, can I? I mean, wait, whoa. I've just undone, and I think I've undone a little bit too much. Oh, no. Right, we're back to over here again, sorry. Right, there we go. Right, okay, so get all this to be like that. You. Right. Select these two to be the same object height as you. Oh my goodness me, voice. Oh my goodness me. Right, bam, bam, well, bam. All the same height. Bam. All the same height. So for you then to go down to there, it's got to drop like that. This I will have to elevate. But like I said before, the problem I've got now though is this connect or the connection to get into this, because ideally, why can't I do anything? What's going on? Oh, I'm on this still. Ideally, you would want. So if I do a 5 and do a 5, and then let's just say I delete this. No, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's 3 moved each. But you want these to get connected into there. Now that's the real struggle. That is the real struggle. For this, not so much. Because I've got an idea I can do for this. This I'm going to have to redo. But the connection can take place there, and that's perfectly fine. So, if I go to... It doesn't really matter where I go to there, but that's the straight run going out. This will then go up to bend a 5 by 5, and it's like nothing ever happened. Okay? But I can't quite do it like that. This has to be like this to at least there. And then this, if I just do it like that real quick, I just need to then utilize the connection tool. There to there. Go quite big with, not quite big with it, but go to like a decent bend. Do you know what? No. No. We're going to do the bend ourselves. We'll do the bend ourselves. So it's a 13 by 13. And delete this bit. Beautiful little connection right now. That is somehow now elevated. So that all leads in perfectly. And then this needs to elevate up. So I'll get to here. So 10 by 5 we'll do real quickly. And I don't know if I can do a connection tool that will do this. Okay, it will. I don't want too much of a bend that it looks ridiculous. But something like that leads over fairly well. So then my bends that then take place, and we'll use the road to brace this again. Bam. Do you reckon they're a bit too close? I hope not. I hope not. And that leads in. Now, it does seem like quite the epic, doesn't it? It does seem like quite the epic. But it's a really, really easy way to kind of filter in the traffic for the storage and the exploitation area. So you've got these 2 lanes that lead in. Split. In you go. Straight back out. In. Same down here as well. You go the long way around down to there. Split. In you go. Is this... Whoa. What is going on with all of this? Right, roads, tracks... Wait, what's going on with all of this? I can make it go down. But not all of it goes down. That's funny. If you zoom in, you still see some of it. Alright, a lot of that has now disappeared. Oh, that's hilarious, guys. That is honestly... so funny. I've got to do it in stages. For some reason, some of it moves and some of it doesn't. I think I might have, like, when I adjusted some of the roads, I forgot to adjust some of the other stuff. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Alright, down you go. I can see that one little section there that has gone down a little bit too far. That's why you gotta be careful about what you're doing and stuff like that. That's why you gotta be careful about how much you're adjusting. So bringing this right down. Oh, a lot of that stuff there now is not how you want it. Right, good stuff. We're back in business. We're back in business. So yeah, it all leads in perfectly, which is really good. So I think we need to somewhat now get it semi-connected, don't we? So I know it looks quite open and spacious, but once we've terraformed it and got more stuff and squeezed in and all that, is all going to be good. The fact that this is then going to lead down to there, and we've got this connected to a roundabout on and off ramps, means that we can also access the ground level facilities, as well as having this its own dedicated little area. Now, if I connecting this train line up to there, I might make this go underground and then continue this direction. Add that to a V, and then bring this up elsewhere for other connections. That way, these guys can kind of train out and loop themselves back in, unless I bring this out this way as well to connect in, to. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but I want to get this connected up to the main road anyway. So let's get the highway all jazzed up. And we're going to need to... So what we are now, we need to go build mode here. So we'll bring this just to here first. And then this one just to there. Now, how I did this one, I linked this flyover road as one. But this one looks like it's going to be a two-man job. In terms of leading it all over. And we'll have to then do that then with this as well. So if I raise this up by let's go for a 16 right now. And we'll do it from there up and over. Bam. And then the same just here. Where we've got these little connections now in. So that will go directly into here. That goes directly into there. But of course we've got the much added pressure of trying to squeeze something here in. Now if I go there and then bend this, so we're going to do a 5 by 5, but I'm going to delete that little extra bit just there. I need the road selected now. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no 4. And I think I might be a bit too soon with this turning. So we'll run this. So to there is a 13. That becomes a 5 connection in. And that's our bend to connect to there. But now I've got to try and replicate it on here. And I'm not quite sure how I did it. That's your problem there, isn't it? That's the problem. So 5 by 5. I think I actually got this down pretty well. There, and then that becomes a 5. Okay, believe it or not, that worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. That worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. So that obviously goes this way. Bam, bam, bam. That goes that way. So let's just get this side hooked up first then. So we're going to do another 5. And then we'll bring this in by an 8. Why not? Why not? Bend you out. Obviously, got to do lane math and all that kind of jazz. I'm going to sweep... Actually, got to bring this further down, too. So, make this go a little bit further down. Oh, no. Bam. So, another 5. And then I chose an 8, didn't I? Yeah. So bam, there we go. Upgrade all of this road now. And then that's pretty much now sorted. Without, obviously, the lane stuff. But that's sorted to there. It might be an issue with how close some of these on and off ramps are going to be. But I'm hoping with the bulk of the train line and the connections we add in, we don't really see too much traffic around here. That would be my only issue. Because as I do a slight on-ramp there, it's going to be quite close to these. So the crisscrosses might be a bit hot and heavy. Yeah. But we'll make it. We're gonna make it flip to the left anyway. We made that one flip to the left. We're gonna make these flip to the left as well. So highway, singular lanes. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. So we'll stick these out by another 5 on both sides, and then we'll attempt the bends next. So we're gonna go for 6s by 6s on these. Now these, I'm gonna bring them a little bit closer together. So I'm going to go 8 by 8, and then whatever this is going to be a 10 by 8. So they're quite close by, but then, oh, actually I don't like it. I'm just going to stick to the idea of just simply going 10 by 10s. Oh, it moved at the last minute. How annoying was that? It moved at the last minute. 10 by 10, 10 by 10. And obviously this one is going to end up being a 7 by 7. A 7 by 7. 8. 8. And then we quickly upgrade this little strip here. Sort out the curvatures. Looks quite cool, doesn't it? It does look pretty cool. You can't argue that. You can't argue that. And that leads out that way. That leads all in. And then we'll quickly sort out the lane math. So this will be a pretty easy job. So a little bit of a different trumpet to the other one. That's where we add a little bit of character. But I can see us maybe shortening these here for the sake of adding these on. Unless... No, I'll say we do something different to that, but it's going to be awkward no matter what we do. You know what I mean? It's going to be awkward no matter what we do. Because if I was to, like, say, add something there that ran directly down, like, it would be a case of a... If I did a 4, and on this side, did a 4. If I go for my raw road, just to kind of do this here and there. Highway, if I went straight down. No, I should have kept. The little slipping, but it's okay. Delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you. So this is really trying to manage this. So I've chose to go for 6s. Now this is really short and I don't like it, but I'm just going to add it in just for the sake of getting said connection in. Okay. Now it does mean that this will then become singular, but I won't do the end of it down there just yet. And then this is straight like that. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's going on here, boys? There we go. Boom. Boom. Oh, did I do these? No, I did not. Very good. That's the issue. Okay? That's the issue. And there's technically no node here. So what I might do then... Oh, do I bring it back and do it now? We do it right on this. So... There. I do it to a 6. And obviously I gotta flip this one round. Now I don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm liking it. But you gotta do what you gotta do it sometimes, don't you? You just gotta do what you gotta do. Now if we do this right, and I set up the train lines perfect, we shouldn't technically then have too much of a traffic issue. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have too much of a traffic issue at that point. But we just have to see what happens. If it turns out to be an absolute complete utter shambles, then obviously we'll have to do some changes and fix it all up. You know, that's just how it is. It's just how it's going to be. But it'll be interesting to see how it all kind of plays out. It really will. It really will. Now, I feel like I haven't really done much now. But there was a lot of planning involved there. There was a lot of planning involved. We should eventually start seeing some vehicles heading over in this direction to, you know, service at least these buildings here. Because you can now access them via vehicle. Although they do need power and water and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not too sure about this. I've also got to sort out the alignments. I'm not too sure about this little how close this little strip of a connection is. But we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. And the vehicle's on their way down now, as you can see. So they're turning off. I mean, there's no issues anyway with the vehicles. It's just when we start to get quite a bit of traffic. So they all turn off. They all do what they're meant to do. Which is perfect. They'll all, you know, they'll split either way unless they're all going to the same destination. Yeah. You get the gist of it. But as long as we set up the train lines correctly, as long as we have adequate roads crossing as well, so this is not the only way to utilize this area, and we also add more highway connections in, so like I said, it's not the only way to utilize this area, then we should be okay. We should be okay. But yeah, forgetting all that, I'm actually quite excited to see how this is now all going to turn out. So hopefully next episode we do get the train line connected, the airport connected, and we start getting some residents and businesses all implemented over in this area. Why is this taking so long? I don't know. Am I overcomplicating it? Probably yes. But with how good this is looking, it's like I'm trying to make the infrastructure over here more elaborate. And I don't think I need to, but it's definitely going to be very interesting. This might be the only issue that we have, but we shall see. We shall definitely see. Vehicles crisscrossing all over the place. Until next time, I'll see you all soon, so goodbye.